There's one child in the novel with a kind heart, a curious attitude, and a lying mind. That is none other than Dill Harris. So Dill is also known as Charles Baker Harris and was first seen in the novel in the first chapter when he was sitting in his Aunt Rachel Haverford's collar patch. So here's Dill sitting in the collar patch, and behind the red door is Miss Rachel. So his first line in the book is, "Hey, I'm Charles Baker Harris. I can read." This first line perfectly displays his upbeat, curious, confident, and quirky personality. Ever since Jem and Scout first saw him that summer, they had been best friends. And in the novel, Dill comes to Maycomb every summer from Meridian, Mississippi. He grew very interested in making Boo Radley come out, so his first summer in Maycomb, he spent his time fascinated with Boo Radley. He used his active imagination to create crazy games and far-fetched stories about Boo. Dill also acts as a foil to Jem and Scout and helps bring out their own character traits. For example, when Dill shows up unannounced at the Finch's house, Jem asks him to call his mother and "Does your mother know that you're here?" to show how much Jem has matured. So if it wasn't for Dill's poor decision-making and running away, we wouldn't have an example of Jem's maturity. So Harper Lee develops Dill by sharing his personal experiences that have altered his perspectives, causing him to be more aware of the cruelty and racism in people. He is developed differently than Jem and Scout because he doesn't mature as much as them, but he matures enough for him to see the prejudice facing certain people, such as Tom. So one symbol that represents Dill is a puppy, and behind this window is a puppy. So the traits of a puppy are that they like to hide things and make things up. They are loyal to their friends, they are curious, and they cry or bark when their friends are hurt. So these characteristics demonstrate Dill's personality because, like a puppy, he hides things and makes things up, such as the many far-fetched stories he claims are real. So puppies are also loyal and protective towards their friends. Throughout the novel, Dill was loyal to his friends, Jem and Scout, and always protected them. So for example, when Jem was caught without any pants on, Dill came to the rescue and came up with a story to cover up the fact that they kind of just broke the law and trespassed onto private property. But besides the fact that he was covering up for a misdemeanor, Dill was a very good friend and watched out for Jem. So puppies are also very curious, just like Dill. And Dill was always curious about the Radley house and always had a question about something. The last thing is that puppies also cry or bark when their friends are hurt. So during the trial, Dill burst into tears when he saw the way Mr. Gilmore was treating Tom Robinson. We know Dill and Tom aren't exactly BFFs, but even then, Dill saw someone in trouble and got angry and sad about it, just like a puppy. I connected Dill to the theme of To Kill a Mockingbird, or childlike innocence, and behind this window is a mockingbird to resemble innocence. So just like Scout and Jem, Dill was innocent and had no racist viewpoints, but unlike Scout and Jem, he didn't mature as much. Dill shows innocence in many ways, such as during the trial when he has to leave the courtroom because he feels sick. The racism shown by Mr. Gilmore makes Dill so sad and angry that it pushes him overboard and makes him feel ill. We start to see his loss of innocence and sense of understanding during the trial and when he leaves Meridian and sneaks into the Finch house because of his new stepfather. So to connect these two scenes, because of the immense prejudice facing Tom, Dill becomes very sensitive to the treatment of Tom because he knows that Tom is innocent, again because of his childlike innocence. And he has experienced rejection and vulnerability himself due to his home life, so he can connect to Tom on a personal level. So even though Dill is a character that many people look past, Dill is such an important character to the novel. He helps shows multiple themes and helps even bring out other characters' personalities. And his personality can be shown through the theme of innocence and the symbol of a puppy. And then here is Miss Rachel's house.